Christmas dinner turned cold when a cruel slight exposed a hidden cousin of, banished by family secrets. Basil, 60, faces buried truths in Bozeman's snowy glow. Huckleberry pie's scent masks bitter rifts. Can forgiveness mend their bonds? Join this emotional family story to find out. The attic smells of dust and pine, a faint chill seeping through the cracked window. Snow dusts Bozeman's rugged peaks outside the Montana sky, a heavy gray. I shift old boxes, my boots creaking on the worn floorboards, searching for Christmas decorations. The town's carolers hum faintly below their voices weaving through the icy air. The attic's rafters creak under snow's weight, a Montana sunset glowing faintly through frost. At 60, I'm too old for this climb, but Vesper insists the kids grown now need tradition. My knees ache, a reminder of years spent holding this family together. I nudge a box, and a faded photo slips out, landing at my feet. Its yellowed edges curled, showing a young man, maybe 20, with sharp eyes and a half smile. Of H, the back reads in shaky ink. My breath catches. No face in our family albums matches his. My fingers trace the name, a stranger's name, yet it pulls at something deep like a song I've forgotten. Who was he to us? Why's he buried in this attic? Basil, you up there? Maris calls from below. Her voice warm, but edged with impatience. My sister always organizing, always smoothing edges. I tuck the photo into my pocket. Heart thudding. Coming, I shout, but my mind's elsewhere. I think of Callista, our mother, her memory fading, but her story's sharp when she chooses. She'd know. Or Vesper, my wife, who keeps secrets like treasures. I climb down the photo, heavy against my chest. In the living room, the fireplace crackles, casting shadows on the pine walls. Maris sorts ornaments, her gray braid swinging. Found the star, she asks. I nod, lying my thoughts on Av. You okay? She presses eyes, narrowing. Just tired, I say, forcing a smile. That photo in the attic, I start, then pause. Ever hear of Av? Maris freezes, then shrugs. Old junk, probably. Her voice is too quick. I let it go, but my gut twists. I step outside. Snow crunching underfoot. The carolers' voices rise, singing of peace, but I feel none. My mind drifts to years of silence dinners, where I swallowed hurt moments, I let grudges fester. Was Av part of that? A cousin, a friend erased. I'm alone in this thought, the weight of it pressing like the cold. I've kept us together, but at what cost? Have I been blind to fractures right under my nose? The dining room glows with candlelight, the long pine table laden with roasted venison, mashed potatoes, and a huckleberry pie baked by Maris. Snow presses against the Bozeman windows, a soft howl of wind slipping through the old frames. Venison's rich aroma mixes with pine-scented air. The fireplace crackles, casting warmth over the family, but my chest tightens. I sit at the head, 60 years of Christmases behind me, yet tonight feels fragile, like glass ready to shatter. The photo of Av burns in my pocket, a secret I haven't shared. Callista. Our mother beams at Torin, her favorite, as he carves the meat. At 82, her hands tremble, but her eyes are sharp, darting to her smartphone. Torin, show me that video again, she says, fumbling the screen. The phone slips, landing in the gravy. I chuckle, grabbing a napkin. Mom, maybe stick to pie, I tease, wiping it clean. She swats my hand, laughing, but I catch Torin's eye roll. My brother, 55, always impatient. I clear my throat, raising a glass. To family, I say, my voice steady, despite the knot inside. through thick and thin. Maris nods her gray braid bobbing, but Vesper, my wife, sips her wine, her lips curling into a smirk. It's subtle, but it cuts. I'm mid-story something about our old ranch days, when she leans back, that smirk growing. Basil, you always exaggerate, she says, her tone light but sharp. The table laughs, but my face burns. I force a grin, my hand tightening on the glass. I glance at her, searching for the warmth we've shared for decades. Nothing. Just that smirk like I'm a fool. Torin piles food on his plate, oblivious. Maris catches my eye, her brow furrowing, but she says nothing. The clink of forks fills the silence, smiles masking the tension. I push on, joking about the time Torin fell in the creek, but the laughter feels hollow. Vesper's smirk lingers a blade in my chest. I pass the pie, my mind racing. Why does she mock me after all I've done, keeping Mom at home, paying Torin's debts, holding us together? Am I not enough? The room feels smaller, the candlelight dimmer. I'm surrounded yet alone, the weight of their smiles pressing down. I stare at Vesper, her smirk a mirror to my doubts. I've poured my life into this family. Mom's care, Torin's messes, Maris's dreams. But tonight, I feel invisible. Am I just the glue unseen until it cracks? Her look says I'm lacking, and it stings worse than words. Vesper's smirk hits like a slap, telling me I'm less vital, less loved. Men feel it in legacy women, in unseen care, but it's universal. The fear your efforts don't measure up. I see Torin's ease, Callista's pride in him, and I shrink. My sacrifices, Mom's doctor bills, Vesper's dreams fade against that smirk. Callista grabs her phone again, muttering about that app. It locks, and she sighs. Basil, fix it. I smile, guiding her fingers, but my heart's heavy. Her tech struggles are a distraction, yet they remind me I'm needed even if unnoticed. I cut the pie, wondering if I've lost my place. Compassion could see Vesper's pain, but I'm too hurt. I need to rise above focus on myself, not her smirk. Yet loneliness creeps in. Am I unvalued here? Can I find my worth without their approval? Can I prove my worth even if they don't see it? Why Vesper's smirk? Is she hiding something about Av, or is it just me? The dinner's not over, but I'm already dreading the truth. The Bozeman dining room hums candlelight, flickering on the pine walls. Snow piles against the windows, sealing us in Montana's icy embrace, the world outside a silent, white void. Venison steam rises from the table, mingling with the tang of huckleberry pie. Firelight dances on the venison. The fireplace pops, but the warmth can't touch the chill in my bones. At 60, I'm anchored here, holding this family together, yet Vesper's smirk from earlier lingers like a bruise. I grip my fork, the photo of Av still hidden in my pocket, a question I'm too afraid to ask. Callista 82 fusses with her napkin, her frail hands shaking. I lean over, adjusting her chair, my back twinging from years of lifting her. Comfortable, Mom? I ask. She pats my hand, smiling, but Torin, my brother, scoffs across the table. Always playing hero, Basil, he mutters, slicing his meat. His voice sharp at 55 cuts deeper than Vesper's smirk. The clink of glasses stops a sound that triggers my pulse to spike. Maris, ever the peacemaker, coughs, but the air's thick now. Hero, I say, keeping my tone light, though my jaw tightens. Just helping Mom. Torin rolls his eyes. Yeah, always the saint. Never mind the rest of us. His words sting, dismissing years of me covering his debts, managing Callista's care. Vesper sips her wine silent, her smirk gone, but her eyes distant. Torin ease up. Maris says her gray braid still, but he waves her off. He loves the spotlight, he snaps, and my chest burns. I want to shout about the nights I stayed up with Mom, the bills I paid, the fights I stopped, but I swallow it. The table's quiet forks scraping everyone, avoiding my gaze. I help Callista cut her food, her trembling hands a mirror to my own shaking heart. My efforts, my sacrifices feel invisible. Am I just a shadow here, dismissed by my own brother? Torin's words echo, tearing at my core. I've carried this family. Mom's doctor visits, his mistakes, Vesper's dreams, yet he paints me as selfish. Am I unseen? My worth buried under their indifference? I'm tired, but I can't break, not yet. Callista drops her fork, wincing as she reaches. I lift her arm gently, pain shooting through my back. Caregiving's weight, her meds, her mobility grinds me down, unnoticed by Torin. Yet her grateful nod keeps me going even if it's not enough. I steady Callista's plate, questioning my role. Resilience keeps me here, but Torin's dismissal feeds loneliness. Dialogue could clear this air, but will he listen? I need my efforts seen, not erased. Can I stand tall without their praise? Can I endure their scorn? Why Torin's hostility? Is it jealousy or something deeper tied to Av? The night's young, but I'm bracing for more wounds. The Bozeman kitchen hums with post-dinner quiet, the sink dripping as snow bats the windows. Candlelight from the dining room fades, leaving Maris and me in a soft glow, the Christmas star twinkling atop the town's tree outside. Dishes clink as we scrub the air thick with venison's lingering scent and pine from the wreath above. Warm dishwater steams easing my tense hands. My hands rough at 60 grip a plate, but my mind's on Torin's snap and Vesper's smirk. The photo of Av weighs in my pocket, a secret I can't shake. Maris 50, her gray braid swinging stacks, plates, her eyes darting to me. "You're quiet, Basil," she says, voice low. I shrug, rinsing a glass, but my pulse quickens. That photo, I start hesitating. Of? Who was he? Her hands freeze, soap suds dripping. She glances at the door, then pulls a folded note from her apron, yellowed like the photo. "Read this," she whispers, her face pale. My fingers tremble as I unfold it. Callista's handwriting, jagged. Of stays out. No more. "Avh's our cousin Maris," murmurs, voice barely audible. "Callista banished him after a feud with his folks' land money, who knows. She told us to forget him." My breath catches shock ripping through me. A cousin erased. The note shakes in my hand, the words a blade. "Why didn't you tell me?" I ask, voice hoarse. Maris looks away. Mom swore me to silence. I was a kid. The kitchen feels smaller, the stars light, colder. AVH, excluded left, to fade like a ghost. I lean against the counter, the note crumpling. Callista's voice echoes from the dining room, laughing with Torin. "She did this, cast-out family left us fractured." My heart races, curiosity clawing. Was Av told to eat in the car like the title said? Is that why Vesper smirked, knowing I want to storm and demand answers? But Maris touches my arm. "Not now," she says. I nod, but my mind's alight. Maris' note unveils Av as our cousin banished by Callista's grudge, a secret kept for decades. The shock of hidden kin, paired with Maris' quiet loyalty to Mom, flips my view of our family. Was Ave's exile the root of our fractures, and does Vesper know more than she lets on? A cousin gone, and I never knew. Callista's grudge stole him, and I'm left with scraps, a photo, a note. My family's a puzzle pieces missing. I've held us together, but what else is hidden? Shock burns, but I need truth. Am I strong enough to dig deeper to face what's been buried? I stare at the star, craving unity. Truth can heal, but it hurts. Dialogue with Callista might mend this rift, but what if it breaks us more? Av's exclusion mirrors my loneliness. Can I bring him back, make us whole without losing what's left? Can truth rebuild our broken ties? Why hide Av? Is Callista's grudge the whole story, or is there more I need to know? But the family's still here. The Bozeman dining room is dim candles guttering as snow hammers the windows, a Montana storm sealing us in. The table's a mess of venison stew scraps the air heavy with its rich, savory aroma. The storm's howl rattles the old window panes. My hands, worn at 60, clutch a damp cloth wiping crumbs, while my heart churns. Maris's revelation. Of our cousin banished by Callista burns in my mind, the crumpled note in my pocket, a weight beside the photo. Vesper's smirk at dinner, her silence now gnaws at me. Does she know? Vesper stacks plates, her movements sharp, her dark hair catching the firelight. I watch her, the woman I've loved for decades now, a stranger. Vesper, I say, voice low. Did you know about Av? She freezes, her eyes flicking to me, then away. Av, she echoes, her tone too casual. Some old family nonsense, Basil. Let it go. Her words are smooth, but her hands tremble, stacking a plate too hard. The clatter cuts the quiet, and my anger flares. You smirked at dinner, I press, stepping closer. When I mentioned the ranch, the past, why? She turns her face a mask. You're seeing things, she snaps, but her voice cracks. I was just tired. I don't buy it. Her smirk. Maris note they're connected. Tired, I say, my voice rising. Or hiding something. Torin's laughter drifts from the living room, oblivious, but here the air's electric. Vesper glares, then brushes past me, her shoulder cold against mine. I follow, heart pounding, but Callista calls from her chair. Basil, my pills, she mumbles, her frail form slumping. I kneel, fishing bottles from her bag, my back screaming from years of this. Her trembling hand grips mine, grateful, but it's not enough. Vesper's deflection. Torin's snap, they bury me. I'm alone in this fight, surrounded by secrets. Callista's pills spill, and I steady her pain shooting through my spine. Caregiving's grind, her meds, her chair, her needs, wears me thin. Torin doesn't see it. Vesper doesn't care. I adjust her blanket, her nod. A flicker of thanks, but it's fleeting. My sacrifices pile up unseen, feeding the loneliness that Vesper's secrecy deepens. Vesper's dodge twists the knife. I've trusted her, built a life, but now I see cracks. Her smirk, her lies, do they hide Av's truth? I've carried Mom, this family alone. If Vesper's betrayed me, what's left? Doubt chokes me, but I need answers even if they break us. I wipe the table, fearing secrecy's cost. Honesty could bridge this gap, but Vesper's walls are high. Dialogue might uncover her truth. But what if it's worse than I think? Loneliness grows in distrust. Can I face her secrets and still love her? Will distrust tear us apart? Did Vesper hide Av's truth? Her deflection screams guilt, but I'm not sure. The storm's raging, and so am I. Morning light filters through the Bozeman kitchen snow, blanketing the world outside in a quiet hush. The coffee pot gurgles its bitter aroma, mingling with the pine scent of the Christmas wreath. Coffee's warmth steams my hands. A faint glow from the town's Christmas star pierces the frosted windows, a beacon in the Montana dawn. I stand at the counter 60 and weary the weight of last night. Vesper's deflection. Av's exile pressing on me. The storm's past, but my heart's still turbulent, the photo and note in my pocket like stones. Maris bustles in her gray braid, swinging her eyes bright despite the late night. Basil, we need to talk, she says, pouring coffee. Her voice is steady, a lifeline. About Av, I ask, hope flickering. She nods. We'll sit everyone down today, Mom, Torin, Vesper. Clear the air. Her plan sparks warmth in my chest, a crack in the loneliness. You think they'll listen? I ask, gripping my mug. They have to, she says, fierce. We're family. Her words, simple but firm, lift me. Outside carolers' voices rise their harmonies, weaving through the crisp air, singing of joy. I glance at the star, its light a symbol of something unbroken. Maris touches my arm. We'll fix this, Basil. For Av, for us. I nod, my throat tight, daring to believe. The idea of dialogue of truth feels like a path forward, away from the secrets that choke us. Callista shuffles in her cane, tapping a rare smile softening her face. Basil, you slept, she asks, her voice frail but warm. I help her to a chair, my back less sore today, her lightness easing my burden. Some I lie adjusting her shawl. She pats my hand, her gratitude a balm. For once, caregiving feels lighter, her smile a reminder I'm not entirely alone. Callista hums with the carolers, her mood bright. I fetch her tea, my shoulders looser than yesterday. Her smile, rare and genuine, eases the caregiving grind, her meds, her chair, her endless needs. Today she's steadier, and I feel seen if only for a moment. This lightness fuels my hope for Maris's talk, a chance to mend more than just mom's care. Maris's plan stirs hope, a crack in the dark. I've carried this family's weight, Vesper's secrets, Torin's scorn, mom's needs. But her call for unity, that stars glow, pulls me forward. Can we heal Av's exile, mend us? I'm scared, but I want to believe we're not lost. I sip coffee, eyeing the star. Family bonds can heal, Maris says, and I cling to that. Reconciliation through talk could end this loneliness, but it's fragile. Can I trust them to face Avha's truth? I need unity not just for me, but for us all. Will hope hold against our past? Will Maris talk resolve our pain? Vesper's secrets? Torin's anger, can words heal them? I'm hopeful, but nervous. The Bozeman study is a cocoon of shadows. The only light, a desk lamp casting a warm pool over scattered family photos. Snow falls silently outside Montana's starry sky, glittering through the frosted window, each star a pinprick of cold hope. Snow's quiet blankets the night, muffling my pain. The house is still the family asleep, but I'm awake at 60. My heart heavy with Vesper's deflection and Av's exile. The fireplace's embers in the next room hiss faintly, their warmth lost to me. I sit, hands trembling, flipping through old photos, Christmases, ranch days, moments I thought were whole. I pause on one, me young with Callista, her smile tight. My throat closes. I confronted Vesper tonight, her storming out, leaving me raw. Leave it alone, Basil, she'd shouted, her eyes flashing before she slammed the bedroom door. I didn't follow. Instead, I came here to these photos, seeking answers. But they only deepen the ache. Ave's note. Callista's grudge. Vesper's secrets. They swirl a storm of betrayal. I feel abandoned, cast out like Av, my efforts unseen. A memory hits sharp as the winter air. I was 12 at a family picnic, Callista scolding me for spilling juice, while Torin, her favorite, laughed. You're always a mess, Basil, she'd said, turning away. I'd stood alone, the laughter of cousins fading, feeling invisible. That boy's pain echoes now, 60 years later. I've carried this family, Callista's care, Torin's debts, Vesper's dreams, but I'm still that kid, sidelined, unvalued. I drop the photo, my eyes burning. The silence is deafening, a mirror to my loneliness. I'm surrounded by family, yet utterly alone, my sacrifices buried under their indifference. Vesper's gone. Torin scorns me. Callista forgets me. I trace the photo's edge, tears falling. But something shifts, a spark of resolve. I can't change them, but I can choose me. I wipe my face, breathing deep, the starry sky, a reminder that light persists. The silence in this study is a void swallowing me. I feel abandoned, a universal wound, men craving legacy, women their unseen care, both yearning for belonging. Vesper's exit. Callista's favoritism, Taurin's dismissal, they echo that picnic leaving me invisible. My sacrifices, nights with Callista bailing out Taurin, mean nothing here. I'm alone, the weight of 60 years pressing down my heart, screaming for someone to see me. Yet in this pain I sense a choice to rise to reclaim myself. I'm adrift, abandoned by those I love. Vesper's anger, Callista's grudge, Taurin's scorn, they've left me here alone. I've given everything, my strength, my years for them. Yet I'm unseen, a ghost in my own life. This loneliness is a weight, but I feel a flicker of strength. I can't wait for their approval. I have to find my own worth, rise above this pain. Maybe forgiving Callista even now is the start. I'm scared, but I'm not done. I gaze at the stars, Callista's face in my mind. Forgiving her could free me, but it's hard. Her grudge against Av mirrors my loneliness, a cycle of exclusion. Self-focus might heal this, letting me stand tall without their validation. Dialogue with her looms, but first I need to face my own pain. Can I let go of this hurt and find peace for me, for us? Can forgiveness mend my soul? Can I rise above this hurt? The stars shine, but my heart's heavy. Maris's talk looms, will it save us or break me more? The Bozeman kitchen buzzes with morning tension, snow piling high outside, muting the world in a Montana hush. The table holds coffee mugs and toast slathered with huckleberry jam, its sweet scent lifting the gloom. Firelight flickers from the hearth, but the room feels taut. Last night's wounds, my loneliness, vespers storming out, still raw. At 60, I sit, hands gripping my mug, Av's photo, and note heavy in my pocket. Maris's planned talk looms, but Vesper's silence across the table gnaws at me. Vesper, 58, stirs her coffee, her eyes red-rimmed, avoiding mine. I clear my throat, voice low. Vesper, we need to talk. About Av. She stiffens, then sighs, her shoulders slumping. I knew, she whispers, voice breaking. Your smirk, I say, heart racing. You knew Callista banished him? She nods, tears welling. I smirked to protect you, Basil. Callista told me years ago Av's feud tore her apart. I didn't want it to hurt you too. Her words hit like a gust, surprise melting my anger. Why hide it? I ask, softer now. I thought you didn't trust me. She reaches for my hand, her touch trembling. I was scared you'd confront Mom, lose her. I love you, Basil. Her confession shifts the ground beneath me, empathy flooding in. Her smirk wasn't malice, it was pain shielding me. I squeeze her hand, my throat tight, seeing her love through the hurt. Callista shuffles in, fumbling her phone. Video call with Taurin, she mumbles, but the screen freezes. I chuckle, guiding her fingers, her tech woes, a light moment in the storm. Thanks, Basil, she says, her smile warm, a rare nod to my caregiving. It bolsters me, grounding this fragile hope. Callista's phone glitches, her video call failing. I laugh, fixing at her tech woes, a brief reprieve. Later, she grips my arm, grateful for my help with her meds, her chair. You're my rock, Basil, she says, her words a balm to my caregiving strain. This gratitude paired with Vesper's truth lifts me though loneliness lingers. Vesper's smirk hid pain, not malice. She protected me from Av's feud to spare me Callista's wrath. This revelation flips my distrust, showing her love, not deceit. Yet it deepens the mystery what drove Callista's grudge, and what's Av's full story. Her confession binds us, but the past beckons. Vesper's truth stuns me. Her smirk wasn't betrayal, but love guarding me from pain. I've doubted her felt alone, but she's been my shield. My sacrifices, Mom's care. Family's weight aren't unseen. Her love lights a path through loneliness, but Ave's story still calls. Can I face it now? I watch Vesper, her love a lifeline. Compassion sees her motives easing my loneliness. Dialogue has bared her truth, but Av's exile lingers. Can I honor her protection and still seek answers mending us without breaking? Can compassion heal us? What's Av's full story? Vesper's truth heals us, but Callista's grudge hides more. Maris's talk is soon. Will it unravel everything? The Bozeman living room is bathed in afternoon light, the pine decor gleaming with tinsel, and ornaments a Montana Christmas in full bloom. Snow dusts the windows, softening the rugged peaks outside, but the fireplace's crackle can't warm the chill in my heart. Pine's sharp scent stings my regretful heart. At 60, I sit on the worn couch, Av's photo, and note in my hands Vesper's confession, still ringing her smirk, was love, not betrayal. Yet Callista's grudge against our cousin Av haunts me, a fracture I never saw. My fingers trace the photo, my mind slipping back. Share your family story. How did truth heal your bonds? Tell us below. Our mugs clink a vow of unity, Ev's return lighting our Bozeman dawn. Forgiveness freed us from silence, compassion rebuilt our bonds. Dialogue like a Montana community fire heals. Love mends all, even caregiving's weight. Share your story. I stand in the snow, the photo burning in my pocket. My life's been about legacy, keeping Mom safe, Vesper happy, Torin in line. But this name Av shakes me. What if I've missed something vital? What if my family's built on secrets I never questioned? I'm scared not of the truth, but of what it might cost to face it. Have I failed to see my family's hidden pain? I stare at the snowy peaks, wondering if family ties can fray without notice. Honesty could mend this, but it's a risk. Dialogue might uncover Av, but what else lies buried? I want connection, not isolation. Can I face the truth and still hold us together? Who is Av? Why's his photo hidden? I need answers, but the family's gathering tonight. Will I dare ask? I'm 20. The ranch sprawling under a summer sky, dust rising as Callista argues with Av's parents, her voice sharp. You cheated us, she snaps, clutching a land deed. Av, a lanky teen, stands behind them, eyes downcast. I watch from the porch, silent, my heart pounding. Torin whispers, "Stay out of it," Basil and I do. Callista banishes them, her face stone, and I say nothing. My voice trapped. Av glances at me, his eyes pleading, but I turn away, choosing peace over truth. The memory stings, a wound reopened. Back in the present, I grip the photo, regret flooding me. My silence, then my fear of Callista's wrath. Let Av fade. I wasn't just a bystander. I was complicit, burying the feud to keep the family whole. Torin's scorn. Vesper's secrecy, my loneliness, they stem from that moment, from my failure to speak. The pine scent fills my lungs, grounding me, but the weight of 60 years presses down. I've carried this guilt unseen all along. Maris calls from the kitchen. Basil coffee, but I don't answer, lost in the past. The fireplace pops a spark, mirroring the clarity in my chest. I can't undo that day, but I can face it now. Maris's talk is coming a chance to own my part to mend what I helped break. My silence doomed Av and me. I chose calm over courage, thinking it saved us, but it built walls. My loneliness, Torin's anger, it started there in my fear. I've carried this family, but I broke it too. Now I see it. Can I own my guilt and heal us? I'm ready to try, even if it hurts. I touch the pine wreath, seeking redemption. Honesty could have saved Av, but I failed. Self-focus now means owning that silence, facing its cost. Loneliness grew from my choice. Can I confess to Maris's talk, mend the past and find peace? Can I redeem my silent past? Can I face my role in Av's exile? Maris's talk is near, but my guilt looms. Will owning my silence free us or shatter what's left? The Bozeman study is a haven of quiet, the evening snow deepening outside, muffling the world in a Montana hush. Christmas lights twinkle through the frosted window, their soft glow dancing on the desk where I sit, journal open. Light's glow warms my weary soul. The fireplace's embers crackle faintly, casting warmth over Av's photo, its edges worn from my touch. At 60, I'm raw Vesper's protective confession, my silence in Av's exile, weighing heavy. The pine scent of the wreath lingers, grounding me as I pen my thoughts, seeking clarity. My pen scratches words, spilling Callista's grudge, my failure to speak. But a truth emerges sharp as the winter air. It wasn't just her. My silence, my fear of rocking the family boat, fueled the rift. I chose peace over Av, over truth, thinking it saved us. Instead, it built walls, Torin's scorn, Vesper's secrecy, my loneliness. I drop the pen, my chest tight, guilt flooding in. I've blamed Callista, but I'm part of this fracture, my sacrifices buried under my own choices. I lift Av's photo, his eyes piercing. I see myself in him unseen, dismissed. For years I've carried this family Callista's care, Torin's debts, Maris's dreams, thinking it was enough. But my silence cost us cost me peace. The Christmas lights flicker a symbol of hope I can still grasp. I breathe deep, a shift inside. I can't undo the past, but I can forgive myself, own my part. This truth empowers me a step toward healing. Maris' talk looms a chance to confess, to mend. I close the journal, resolve settling in. The lights outside shine brighter, urging me forward. I've been a ghost in my own life, but no more. I'll face them not just for Av, but for me. My sacrifices, Callista's care, Torin's debts, lie buried, unacknowledged, a wound for men seeking legacy, women their unseen care. I've poured my life into this family, yet my silence let Av fade, my efforts unseen. This truth cuts deep, my heart aching for recognition, but it sparks resolve. I'll speak not for their praise, but for my worth. My silence, not just Callista's grudge, fueled Av's exile, a truth that flips my blame. I chose peace over courage, deepening our rift. This self-realization shifts my guilt to resolve I must own my part, not just point fingers. But what will confessing cost, and can it truly heal our fractured family? My silence broke us, not just Callista's grudge. I've carried this family mom's pills, Torin's failures, yet I hid from truth, fearing conflict. My sacrifices meant nothing without courage. Guilt chokes me, but I see now forgiving myself is freedom. I'm not just their anchor. I'm Basil, worthy of peace. I'll speak at Maris's talk, own my part, and heal us. The loneliness lifts just a bit, and I'm ready. I hold Av's photo, vowing to forgive myself. My silence fed loneliness, but self-focus can heal. Owning my fault at Maris's talk could mend us, not break us. Honesty is my path now, not just for Av, but for my soul. Can I face them with this truth and find redemption ending this isolation? Can truth redeem me? Will I confront the family with my truth? Maris's talk is close. My resolve firm, but fear lingers. Can I face them and heal us? The Bozeman dining room pulses with firelight shadows dancing on the pine walls as the night deepens. Snow presses against the windows, Montana's silence amplifying the weight of Maris's planned talk. The table cleared of venison leftovers holds only coffee mugs, their steam curling like my nerves. Fire's warmth soothes my tense heart. At 60, I stand Av's photo and note in my pocket my journal's truth. My silence fueled our rift burning in my chest. Callista sits frail at 82. Torin slouches beside her. Vesper's eyes meet mine, steady now. Maris nods her gray braid, still urging me on. I need to say something. I start voice rough. About Avi. Callista stiffens. Torin scoffs, but I push forward. He was our cousin banished by Mom. I knew, and I stayed silent. My words land hard, the room hushed. I thought it kept us whole, but it broke us. Torin's anger, Vesper's secrets, my loneliness. Vesper grips my hand, her touch a lifeline. I'm sorry, I say, eyes on Callista. I failed him and us. Callista's face crumples. I was hurt, she whispers, voice trembling. His folks betrayed me, land lies. I thought cutting them out was right. Her admission cracks the air, truth spilling. Torin shifts his jaw tight. You let me blame you, Basil, he says, voice low. I was wrong. He stands, pulling me into a hug, his arms strong, a smile breaking through the first real one I've seen in years. My throat tightens, relief washing over me. Maris speaks, soft but firm. We can find Av, bring him back. Vesper nods, her eyes bright. The room softens, smiles returning the motif of our fractured past, now a promise of healing. Callista fumbles her phone, grinning. I'll call him, she says. Her tech skills shaky, but triumphant, a light moment sealing our resolve. The fire pops, warming us, and I feel connected, seen at last. Callista taps her phone, beaming, as she dials a test call. Her tech struggles easing. Got it, Basil? She laughs, her pride a spark in the dark. My caregiving, once unnoticed, now shines in her smile, a small victory bolstering our family's fragile unity. Torin's hug, Callista's truth, they lift the weight I've carried. My silence fed our pain, but speaking has freed us. I've poured my life into this family, and now they see me. Loneliness fades, replaced by hope. This talk, this truth, binds us. I'm not just their anchor. I'm Basil, part of us. Maris' plan worked, but Ava's return looms. I'm ready, heart open, to heal what's left. I watch the fire, feeling truth's power. Dialogue has bared our wounds, knitting us closer. Callista's confession, Torin's apology, they ease my loneliness, proving honesty's strength. Positive justice heals us, but Av's absence lingers. Can we bring him home, complete this circle, and stay whole? Will connection last? Can we fully reunite with Av? Truth has healed us, but his absence remains. Will he return, or is our hope too late? Morning sun spills into the Bozeman dining room, the snow outside melting under a clear Montana sky. The community Christmas tree lit last night sparkles through the window, its glow a mirror to the warmth inside. The table brims with coffee huckleberry muffins and venison hash, their aromas weaving a final festive note. Muffins' sweet aroma lifts our joyful hearts. At 60, I stand lighter than I've felt in years. Av's photo, now on the mantel, not in my pocket. Last night's talk, my confession, Callista's truth. Torin's hug has knit us together, the fractures of Av's exile healing. Maris, her gray braid gleaming, dials a number, her face bright. Av, she says into the phone voice, steady, it's time to come home. We hold our breath, Vesper's hand in mine. Callista's eyes misty. Av's voice crackles through, hesitant but warm. I never thought you'd call, he says. Maris laughs, tears falling. Christmas, Av, be here. He agrees, and the room erupts in cheers, Vesper pulling me close, her embrace a promise kept. Torin claps my shoulder, his smile wide, no trace of scorn. We gather around the table, raising mugs in a toast. To family, I say, voice thick and second chances. Callista lifts her mug steady for once, her smile radiant. To Av, she adds her voice soft but sure. We drink the clink of mugs, a vow, our laughter filling the room. The fire crackles, the trees' lights shimmering, and I feel whole, my loneliness gone, replaced by this circle of love. I step outside, the crisp air sharp, the community tree, a beacon of hope. I'm no longer the ghost, I was unseen and burdened. This family flawed, but mine has seen me, and I've seen myself. The journey Av's photo, Vesper's truth, my silence led here to peace. The toast binds us, mugs, raised high laughter spilling over, Callista's steady hand, Torin's warm grin, Vesper's touch, Maris's tears, they weave a tapestry of unity. To family I say, my voice breaking, and their echoes fill me. This moment born of truth and forgiveness is our vow, no more exile, no more silence. We're whole, and I'm home. The toast echoes in my heart, a song of belonging. I've carried this family, Callista's care, Torin's debts, Vesper's pain, and thought it broke me. But truth, love have rebuilt us. AVH's return seals it, my loneliness a memory. I'm Basil, not just their anchor, but their brother, husband, son. This Christmas I'm free, my sacrifices crowned with joy. I'll cherish this, always knowing we're whole. I watch the trees glow, cherishing this family. Reconciliation has defeated loneliness, proving bonds can mend. Our toast, Av's return, their gifts of love, not just for me, but for us all. Dialogue built this peace, and I'll hold it tight. Can we keep this unity grow stronger? I believe we will. Will peace endure forever?